discounted breakfast starts at midnight, so they would get that.
who will advance to tomorrow's top 36. How about a great send-off for both of our athletes? Good luck. One game.
We were so excited.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, lanes 19 through 22, your channel. Sydney Brummett versus Verity Crawley. Thank you to Aaron Smith for getting us all situated. Early advantage for Sydney Brummett. As I was saying, big thanks to Aaron Smith, who was Johnny on the spot and getting everything situated here. And Aaron Smith joins me. He waited to the last possible time of qualifying. No, I'm just playing.
Technically, it's true.
But Aaron is here.
What's good, everybody? Happy birthday, Emil. Bonus bowling.
Indeed.
So, folks, if you're curious kind of what happened here, these two players had the opportunity to practice on 43 and 44, which was one of the extra pairs if needed, if we had any breakdowns. 17 and 18 also was oiled, both of them prior to the start of competition here for our final squad. So they got to warm up on 43 and 44 for 10 minutes. They each got one shot on each lane here on 17 and 18, and then went right into it. So that's how we got here. This is what we're doing. Same pattern as before, 47 feet. Sydney's been waiting. She finished up earlier today. Verity just came off of this pattern, but we also have to remember she's most recent in her memory is everything she was doing for 8 games, not necessarily the fresh.
That's a great point, because the fresh seems like such an eternity ago, I'm sure, at this point for Verity, and obviously, as you mentioned, Sid not bowling for a while. Excellent shot there for Crawley. Verity shot 213 in the final game to get to this point, to get to minus 51. She had a chance to shoot 230. And I can't remember if it was 9 spare.
9 spare strike for Verity. So needed the final hit in the 10th.
Appreciate the continued happy birthday wishes, Lawrence and Charles. Thank you very much. Crawley looking to pin match here.
Bounces back nicely after the open in the first 3 in a row.
It's interesting how the things you always talk about, discuss early on, you know, if you bowl early, you put up your number. In Sydney's case, I'm sure she knew that she would be around the number, be on the bubble. How do you spend the rest of your day? Well, I mentioned that probably around game 5 or 6 when I was looking at the numbers, say minus 51. Sydney's probably either watching or on her way to the bowling center in case of a tie. And that very thing happened. 3, 6, 9, 10 for Brummett. Someone mentioned in the chat after it was all done, it's literally, yeah, it's all come down to this very game, this overtime period. 24 games was not enough.
Looks to go with plastic for the 3, 6, 9, 10. Cannot get the messenger or the sleeper in the back. Needed a messenger to bounce off the wall. Now finds herself in some early trouble here. Once again, got a 10-minute warm-up, but Sid Kid did bowl earlier today, specifically. Should probably find out on what squad she bowled. So I don't remember.
She bowled.
It might have been first squad of the day.
Pretty sure she bowled this morning. But I got to be also honest, I don't recall.
It's been a long day.
All right. Brummett strikes in the 5th.
Yep, Sydney was on C squad today, so she finished her block with 203 to get to minus 51. After a rough start, was minus 137. After day 1 on the 37-foot pattern, bounced back with 1667 and 1619, so she was plus 86 the last 2 days to get here. For Crawley, also, well, now this all makes sense, Emil, when you look at their scores.
Wow.
Verity was also
About
minus
that?
137 after day number 1. But as we can see in the scores, Verity had a better block on this 47-foot pattern, although arguably Sydney was better on the fresh looking at the scores, so none of this is making sense whatsoever right now.
I believe that's why Verity was technically the top seed in this situation and got lane choice. Because
block,
of the
yeah.
high block.
And that was only by 2 pins. That's how even these competitors were over the course of 24 games.
You know, Aaron, we're in the overtime period, but this is where you can't get too far ahead. There's a long way to go. Whoever advances tomorrow, or excuse me, from this match to the Cashers round. But this is how stories are made. 5 in a row there for Crawley. So I spoke with Stephanie Johnson on earlier. We're talking about fairy tales and, you know, Hollywood scripts. For example, Steph's case, the Orlando Open comes to mind.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's always some level of adversity that one must go through to reach the goals that they're looking to reach. And maybe this is not really adversity, but certainly yet an unexpected hurdle for both of these players.
Taking a look at the PWBA points list is another great shot there from Sid, bouncing back with a double after the Open. Is that this match could very well determine someone's fate for the elite field coming up. Heading into this week, Verity in 17th place, Brummett at 21st. So with a few players who we now have already locked up their spot here in the top 36, points worth more here at a major championship could be the difference. Looking for 3 in a row. This guy have to hustle. And that has been the caveat today.
Very common on this pattern. And it is supremely fresh. And one that's just trying to get up the hill. It's tough.
I noticed today, if you're saying that, if you're feeling that, if you see that ball reaction, generally do not listen. With the 2, drops the max score for Brummett down to 210. Crawley can stay just clean here, doesn't even need to add another strike. It would be in the 220s. So Verity just needs to stay out of her own way here, make good shots, keep the ball in play. And she'll be back at 1 p.m. Eastern tomorrow for the Cashers round. See a big deep breath before she starts her approach. Big backswing. One of those hits where shot a little left, a little high, could have been some trouble, but just the 4-pin.
I think in this situation, again, Verity with, if there's any momentum to be had, I think it would be on the side of Verity simply because she literally just got off the lanes. And perhaps there's some, you know, man, if I strike the first shot in the 10th, I'm, you know, not in the situation per se, but the fact that she is in the situation at all because she's not eliminated.
Well, that's all you want, round to round. Emil, is this our first roll-off of the 2019 season?
It is.
How about that?
I mentioned that when the talks were surrounding this, I haven't had one this year. I feel like there were a couple last year though. At the end of Friday night qualifying.
Crawley looking tough. Her match to lose right now.
Yeah, I think she's just got obviously a good solid beat and read on the lanes based on, you know, what she just came off of. Obviously, again, this is fresh, but you know, and I'm not sure of her game plan. Not sure if she used this ball in the fresh, but my guess is probably. A good shot there for Sid. For Sid, the kid who, again, tied at minus 51. Was in the clubhouse. She was looking good for a while. She was the number 4 minute. And then moved into the number. And then that last game saw actually a lot of movement. Juliana Franco, of course, Verity, Crawley, Jen Higgins shot 244. So 3 players that moved into the number. As Kelly Kulik
and Laura Plazas ended up falling out. Yeah, Higgins 244. That was right here on 19 and 20, which seems so close because we're sitting behind it right now. But made the biggest jump. Franco threw all 3 in the 10th. Count very important on her final shot. She had a split in the 9th frame. So did what she needed to do in the final frame to put herself in that position. And here's the best news for what looks to be Verity Crawley. 24th place right now is Caitlin Johnson at +3. So sometimes you get into these situations and you're the last one to squeak into the cashier's round and you're not getting where you need to go outside of one of those rounds that only happens once or twice in a lifetime. But Verity's going to be just 48 pins over 8 games. Potentially work her way into round robin match play.
It was a brief moment where the 8-pin was swept away, but 218 is back in business.
Situation to just play it smart, take the 2, nothing fancy. So 187, 196, 5 pins to mathematically get the win and advance to the next round at the U.S. Women's Open. So big shout out to both of these players. They've been tough all week. Obviously minus 51, any type of minus being the cut number is something we generally don't see too often out here. But for both of them to be in the minus 130 range after round number 1 and to essentially, you know, dig deep, put together a few rounds to get themselves in this position. Both a testament for 2 great young players.
Absolutely. It's a tough one either way you look at it.
But with that 6 count, Verity Crawley is going to win the roll-off here. 2019 U.S. Women's Open. She'll advance to the Cashers round. 36 players. Taking things over 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. local time. Here at Texas Star Lanes, the 4th pattern is going to be revealed momentarily. And the 36 players advancing will actually get the opportunity to practice. That's why we're starting a little bit later tomorrow. But it would be rude of me to continue because I haven't said anything all week. So I'm just going to simply let my main man, and now officially older than me once again.
That was nice. Keep at it. It's actually, you might as well because I don't know what's going to happen in August, so you better.
All right, gotta get my reps in.
You
Gotta
gotta
get my time.
get your reps in.
Dang, man. Well,
nice game. Nice run again from Sydney Brummett. It's always tough. It's always tough. There must be a winner. And today it is Verity Crawley. She advances. And just like that, 1 hour of practice. And it's underway.
wow, they're not wasting any time. Not messing around here, but one thing we promise we will not do is live stream practice. So with that being said, Emil, happy birthday. We got bonus bowling. The best birthday gift of all. Thank you for letting me join you. It was fun. It was hectic to make this happen, but I'm glad we did.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Appreciate all your help and all throughout the week. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in and hanging out and hanging tight until we got everything set up. Well, we'll see you tomorrow at 10 p.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern Time with the start of the Cashers round here on Bowl TV. For Brant Houghton, big thanks to him and the chat. Congrats again to Roderick, our giveaway winner. I want to thank all of my guests today, Taylor Boltice, Stephanie Johnson, and Summer Jasmine.
Summer Jasmine.
Yeah.
Did you get Taylor?
I did.
Okay.
All right, so for, again, Brant, Aaron, Greg Moore, Tennille Milligan, Curtis Von Kruger, Kathy Waka, and Kathy Kavicki, and everyone who brought me a gift and said happy birthday. Thank you very much. My name is Emil Williams Jr. We'll see you in the morning. Cashers round tomorrow on Bowl TV. Good night.